All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're exploring a fascinating 28-day program that comes from Rhonda Byrne's book, The Magic. The whole idea is that it provides a step-by-step journey to really harness the power of gratitude. So let's see what it's all about.
But that raises a pretty big question, right? Can a single program, just 28 days long, actually transform your life? I mean, that's a seriously bold claim. The program says, yes, it absolutely can. So let's take a look at what exactly it's promising.
So, what can you really expect if you go through with this? We're not just talking about feeling a little bit better for a few weeks. The promise here is about creating real, tangible, lasting change in the parts of your life that matter most.
And what's really interesting is how wide the scope is. This isn't just about, tweaking one little thing. The program aims for a complete overhaul across what you could call the four main pillars of life: your health, your money, your career, and your relationships. The whole shebang.
But beyond all those specific results, the real goal is something that happens inside you. The idea is that after 28 days of doing this consistently, gratitude isn't something you have to try to do anymore. It becomes your default setting, just a permanent automatic habit that keeps working for you long after the program is done. Okay, so how does this all supposedly work? What's the engine driving these changes? Well, the entire program is really built on one single core idea. Let's unpack that.
And that core idea is something the book calls vibrational frequency. The philosophy is basically this: every thought, every feeling you have gives off a certain energy or a vibration. And gratitude, well, that's a really high-frequency feeling. So the theory goes, if you're constantly practicing gratitude, you raise your own personal energy level. And then, according to the law of attraction, you start to pull more good stuff into your life.
All right, enough of the theory. Let's get practical. How do you actually do this? The whole 28-day program really hinges on two super important daily rituals, one you do every morning and one you do every single night. So for 28 days, your morning starts like this. It's a simple 3-step process. First, you literally write down a list of 10 things you're grateful for. Then, and this part's important, you go back and read each one out loud. The idea is to engage more of your senses. And finally, after every single blessing on your list, you say the magic words. And these are the magic words. After each blessing, you say, "God, I thank you," 3 times. Now, the key here isn't just to mumble the words. It's to really try and feel that gratitude as you say it. That connection is everything. Then, to close out the day, the second ritual is way simpler, but just as powerful. Right before you fall asleep, you just scan through your day and find the single best thing that happened, no matter how small. You hold that memory in your mind, and you give a genuine, heartfelt thanks for it. It's like bookending your day with gratitude. So once you've got those daily morning and night rituals down, that's your foundation. From there, the program starts to introduce very specific exercises to target and apply this gratitude to all those key areas of your life we talked about. And this is where the theory gets put into practice. You can see, for relationships, you actually pick 3 people, find their photos, and list 5 things you love about them. For health, you write down this specific phrase and repeat it throughout the day. For your job, you start actively looking for the good stuff. And for your dreams, this is a big one. You thank for them as if you already have them. Now, the program pays special attention to money. It actually has 2 very specific, kind of quirky exercises that are designed to completely reframe how you think and feel about your finances. Okay, so the first one is really hands-on. You take an actual bill, a banknote, and you write that message of gratitude right on it. The second one is pretty counterintuitive. For any bills you haven't paid yet, you're supposed to write, "Thank you for the money." The idea is to be grateful for the service you already received. Then you find 10 old bills you have paid and write, "Thank you paid," to acknowledge that you had the money to cover them.
So when you put all these rituals and exercises together, they're all working towards one big ultimate goal: a complete shift in your mindset. A shift from seeing what's missing to seeing what's already there.
But, what about when things go wrong? Life happens. So the program has a technique for this too. You take any negative situation you're facing and you intentionally force yourself to find 10 things to be grateful for within that bad situation. It's a really powerful way to flip the script on challenges.
And ultimately, this is the transformation we're talking about. The whole 28-day journey is designed to pull your focus away from the column on the left, all the lack, all the stuff you don't have, and move it permanently to the column on the right,
the abundance that's already right now in your life. And that really just leaves us with this final thought. It's kind of a paradox when you think about it. What if all this chasing and striving for more is actually the wrong way to go about it? This program suggests that the real secret, the key to unlocking everything you want in the future, is to fall completely in love with what you already have in the present. Definitely something to think about.